pretty. So many microplastics. Ugh. Hi, I'm Flora. I do makeup and crafting here on the internet with a bit of a tabletop twist. So I had this idea. I've done monsters and kind of tabletop adjacent ideas for a while now. Why not delve into the spell area of Dungeons and Dragons? I was just thinking about Faerie Fire, and for some reason I had it like canonically in my brain. Faerie Fire is glitter on your enemies. It is not that. Faerie Fire, as described, is
first level spell, 60-foot range, 20-foot cube, duration 1 minute, school of evocation, and it's a dex save, and it's a casting time of 1 action.
Now, as described, this is what I base the makeup look off of. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light, or your choice. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So I decided, okay, I'm going to make fairy wings and put them on my head and like bedazzle the headband. So then I had the idea, hey, what if I used a UV light and UV reflective body paint to create the outline that is described in the spell? So I have a UV flashlight here. These are the Glam Vice Retro Liners, and they are UV reactive. Amazing. I realized in some of my previous videos, I never mentioned the sketch I do before each of these makeup looks. Trust me, I wish I was this amazing at spontaneous makeup. Let's go look at the sketch. Usually with these sketches, I am trying to capture the nebulous idea I have in my head, and sometimes the sketch is just really bad, as you can see here. It is just kind of, if you put the look side by side with the sketch, they kind of look like each other. It's just getting the rough idea down that I can reference while I'm doing the makeup. So for the prop, it is 3D printed dragonfly wings, modeled by Gyrobot on Thingiverse. I downloaded the file, 3D printed it on our 3D printer in the office, and then what I decided to do was put the wings on iridescent cellophane, kind of like a gift wrap cellophane, lay them on top, and then do a layer of glittery Mod Podge to adhere the plastic film to the wings. More Mod Podge on top, just kind of seal it all in. Now this is glitter Mod Podge. It is extremely shimmery. I have so much glitter in this project. It's a lot. For the veil, I took a sequined fabric that I have yards and yards and yards of, and decided to put more of that iridescent blue paint on top of it, as well as some glitter Mod Podge as well. I took some thin aluminum wire and put it through the holes in the end of each wing and tied the two wings together. I used a little bit of craft foam, a little bit of wire, and a lot of hot glue. I then decided to add a headband between the wings and just bedazzle the heck out of it with just some craft gems I had laying around. And proceeded to coat all of the gems in an iridescent blue paint that I also put on the wings themselves. With the accessory done, it is time to move on to the makeup. So for the makeup, I decided to do a little bit of a paler foundation base. I didn't want to do a true like clown white. I really only wanted certain aspects of the makeup to illuminate under the UV light. I then decided to paint my shoulders and décolletage with a deep blue paint, and I didn't quite like the finished result, so I took a paper towel with some water on it and just rubbed the edges of the paint, and really liked that kind of smudged look, and it looked so pretty. I was so caught off guard. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna take off this paint. I don't like the way it looks. And then this smudgy look was exactly what I was looking for. I then went in with some pink blush, added that to my lips. I usually like to match my lips to my blush for the most part. I then went over the body paint with some deep teals and blue. And then continued using more blue eyeshadow on the eyes. After applying the blue eyeshadow, I was just blending and blending and blending and blending and blending and blending. I drew some little sparkles in body paint, and then I eventually went over those sparkles with the UV paint because I realized the white I was using was not illuminating up to the black light, so I went with the Glam Vice UV paints over top of what I had done. And then it was time for the glitter. I've been meaning to use this glitter for years, and finally I had an excuse to just use almost all of it. It's this beautiful iridescent teal combination which just fit the look absolutely perfectly. I then went over this chunky glitter with a finer kind of eyeshadow glitter, something that comes in a palette, and just spread it all over my décolletage and on top of the other glitter. And it just gave this really nice effect of depth, like different sizes of glitter. I really like it. Then took the same glitter that I had used on my chest and put a little bit on the center of my lids just to kind of connect it all. Lastly, some lip gloss. And with the makeup done, it is time for the glam shots. And that's it, that's the makeup. I will be finding that glitter in the corners of my house and on my person for years to come. But it was so worth it. It was so glittery and so magnificent. My magpie brain was just like, this is bliss. Although it wasn't bliss having to take it all off at 2 in the morning. That being said, do you have any spell ideas that you think would make a good makeup look? Because I think I have a few more in the back of my brain percolating. I'm not 100% sure. I think the next look might be a monster one because your girl misses monsters. Also, if you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I have a couple of makeup videos already up if you want to check them out. A couple Monster Manual maidens and a few other tabletop adjacent inspired makeup looks. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.